まず花がありますね。
さあ7連覇っていう感じだったんです。印象的には
She walks to the ring, smiling. Maybe her pink hair, soft face, and the kind of look are enough to make an opponent's corner relax before a single bell has rung.
木村モナさんですが、どうですか、表情を見ると。
そうですね、結構、気合入ってますね。
気合入ってますよね。さっきなんか笑顔なんかも見えて結構落ち着いてもいるのかななんて。
That relaxed feeling is the last mistake almost every one of her opponents ever makes.
荻原愛がとにかくパンチで私は倒したんだと、そういうことを言っています。
荻原選手はね、重心低く倒せる右のパンチを持っているので、激しいパンチの打ち合いを期待できる試合なのかなとは思ってますね。
Her name is Mona Kimura, and in Japan, they've already given her a nickname that says everything, the real-life Chun-Li.
This lady can cut you in half with her side kicks. And she's hard to strike, Ray, because of that very... To make a comparison for those very old-school kickboxing fans, when you got a foul stream tonight, look up
the whole first round. Look at the surgical precision of the feet. Her face was touching more feet than pedicures. She might be inebriated from inhaling so much of her opponent's nail polish.
But strip away the viral clips and the video game comparisons, and what's left underneath is colder and far more dangerous. A weapon that was built, piece by piece, since the age of 4, with one purpose, to hurt people for a living, and make it look effortless while she does it. Long before the pink hair and the viral fame, there was just a 4-year-old girl in Japan being drilled through karate stances. Most grown adults would quit halfway through. Mona Kimura started training in karate at age 4, and by the time most kids were still learning to ride a bike, she had already torn through 7 consecutive national junior karate championships without losing her grip on the title once. By the 4th grade, karate wasn't enough to satisfy her anymore. She added boxing into the mix, learning to eat punches and give them back at an age when most children are still scared of a skinned knee. By 2019, still a teenager, she captured the Japanese junior featherweight national title, and by 2022, she was good enough to be handed her country's flag at the IBA Women's World Boxing Championships in Istanbul, thrown straight into the deep end against grown, seasoned international competition. She lost that fight, stopped in the 2nd round by a tougher, more experienced Italian opponent who simply had more miles on her. It was the kind of loss that quietly ends careers before they even start. For Mona Kimura, it became the moment everything changed instead. After Istanbul, she made a decision that shocked people who knew her. She walked away from boxing gloves and turned to a sport that had been sitting right in front of her the entire time: kickboxing. She had spent her whole childhood training her legs in karate, and almost none of that power had ever been allowed into a boxing ring, where legs are just for standing. In kickboxing, her legs could finally become weapons. In April of 2024, she signed with Crush, one of the most respected kickboxing promotions in Japan, and a direct pipeline into the legendary K1 organization. She began training out of K1 Gym Meguro Team Tiger in Tokyo, rebuilding her entire style from the ground up. Where most fighters use kicks as an occasional surprise, Kimura decided to use hers like a jab, thrown constantly, from a distance, wearing opponents down before her hands ever got involved. On November 16th, 2024, at Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Mona Kimura made her professional kickboxing debut against Ai Ogiwara. Nobody outside of Japan knew her name yet. She was just another prospect stepping into a small hall for a first professional payday.
さあその赤木村モナがサウスポー、そして荻原愛がオーソドックス。
ファーストコンタクトはああいうね、駆け蹴りのような上段の前蹴り素晴らしいですね。
木村モナは今回はですね、蹴りからつなげていきたいということなんですよね。
She opened with pure boxing, sharp jabs, feints, controlled distance, the fundamentals from a decade of amateur fighting.
それでもう7連覇っていう感じだったんです。印象的には。さあ来るところカウンターで、今度は右。
序盤のコンタクトの部分で、もう荻原選手が右目かな、左目か。
Then Ogiwara made the same mistake everyone after her would make. She closed the distance.
期待が膨らみます。
そして対する荻原愛がとにかくパンチで私は倒したんだと、そういうことを言っています。
荻原選手はね、重心低く倒せる右のパンチ持ってるので、激しいパンチの打ち合いを期待できる試合なのかなとは思ってます。
A left straight dropped her cold, and Kimura finished the sequence with a right hook before the referee could even step in. First round knockout.
とにかくパンチで私は倒したんだと、そういうことを言っています。
荻原選手ってですね、
そう、インローから今
It was over in less time than it takes to read this sentence out loud. But it was only the beginning. 2 months later, on January 26th, 2025, Kimura returned to Korakuen Hall to face Yuka, a step up in experience and a genuine test of whether her debut was a fluke or a preview. This time, there was no early finish. Kimura used her legs like a spear for 3 straight rounds, controlling range with side kicks and front kicks, never letting her opponent settle into rhythm.
完璧な試合での KO 勝ちだったので、
ご自身としてはですね、木村自身としてはパンチは自信があるんだけれども、そこ一辺倒になると面白くないんだと、とにかく蹴りをうまく散らしながらパンチを生かすための蹴りなんだという話をしていました。
Every time Yuka tried to close the gap, she walked straight into another kick. And every time she backed off, Kimura reset and did it again.
ための蹴りなんだという話をしていました。
でももうその通りですよね。今もこの前蹴り、足を面白いように前足を、このユカ選手に飛ばしていって、余裕がありますよね。
浦部さんはこの立ち上がりの40秒ほどどうご覧になってますか
？When Yuka finally got close enough to trade, Kimura simply switched back into her old boxing habits and matched her punch for punch.
木村選手、
そうですね、木村がプロでは2試合目、今日が2試合目ですよね。ユカは16試合目になりますね。
伸びてきますね。
そうですよね。
蹴りは嫌ですね。
そうですか。やはりそれを受ける身としては嫌だと。
そうですね。ユカ選手、女子のアマチュアでこれ以上ない。
ボディだ。これはノーダウンです。
これ以上ないもん。
By the final bell, all 3 judges had the same verdict. Unanimous decision. Kimura's hand raised, her record moving to a spotless 2-0. On June 27th, 2025, Kimura faced veteran Satoko Ozawa at Crush 177. A far more dangerous name on paper. And this was the night the internet finally caught up to what Japan already knew. From the opening exchange, Kimura came out in what fans would later call full Chun-Li mode, unloading sharp kicks and jabs in rapid sequence. Her punches opened cuts on Ozawa's face almost immediately, and the referee had to pause the fight multiple times just to wipe away the blood. A double jab followed by a high kick dropped Ozawa to the canvas in the first round. She survived into round 2, but the damage was already done, and Kimura kept the pressure locked in from the opening bell. At 1:08 of round 2, the referee had seen enough. A doctor's stoppage was called on account of the cuts, and Kimura's hand was raised again. Clips of that fight spread across the internet within days. Even rapper 50 Cent joked online about her style, comparing her combinations to hitting the special move button in a fighting game. The cute face and the brutal finishes had officially collided, and the whole combat sports world was suddenly paying attention. By early 2026, Mona Kimura was 3-0, and the promotion decided it was time to see if the hype could survive real pressure. On April 11th, 2026, she made her jump to the K1 main stage itself at K1 Genki 2026 in Tokyo. Matched against South Korea's Yoonji Choi, a former Max FC champion with over a dozen professional fights already under her belt. This wasn't a prospect anymore. This was a legitimate gatekeeper, sent in specifically to find out if Kimura's kicking game could be solved by someone who had actually trained for it. Nobody, including Kimura's own team, knew for certain what would happen when the layers finally got peeled back on live television. The bell rang, and Kimura immediately raised her lead leg, using it like a wall to keep Choi locked outside.
Michael Chavello, Ray Seppo with you. Mona's got great boxing, but also quite the kicking arsenal. We'll see if she lets it go early. Out of southpaw stance, a very side-on stance. She loves that skip-up side kick, and you see it early on here.
Oh, I like that. I like that side kick.
Round 1, and Choi tried to walk straight through the kicks, the same mistake 3 fighters before her had already made.
In karate, they call it a yokogeri.
Yep. Imagine her sitting into a straight left from that. Whoa.
This lady can cut you in half with her side kicks. And she's hard to strike, Ray, because of that very side-on stance. It limits the body. The body isn't square to Yoonji Choi, so there's less striking area for Choi to hit.
Right, and also because she's side-on.
A sudden straight left cracked through the middle, followed instantly by a head-height side kick. Choi's head snapped back.
To make a comparison for those very old-school kickboxing fans, when you got off our stream tonight, look up Superfoot Bill Wallace.
Right.
He used to fight very much like this, Ray. Bill Wallace really only could fight with one.
And she stumbled to the canvas from the impact, a shot commentators felt could have been scored as a knockdown.
One leg, and it was always this sort of fighting, the side kicks.
It kind of reminded me of it kind of reminded me of the girl that was the Chinese girl that was in the game Street Fighter.
Chun-Li. That's why they call Mona the real-life Chun-Li.
There you go.
Round 2, and Choi adjusted, trying low kicks to slow Kimura's legs down.
Jab.
She does it so well too.
Now, Ray, the question is, if you are Yoonji Choi, how do you get inside that side kick? How do you counter it?
Yeah, just like what she did, she kind of stepped to a little bit to her left when she came in, but she's got to fire off that. She's got to keep it balanced.
Choi's chin is very high, and there you go.
But every step forward still ended the same way. Another side kick freezing her in place.
Now turning on that boxing prowess.
Now I know what you mean by she's not as tall as Choi, Mike.
Our good old friend Hongman Choi, 7'2". Didn't trouble you though, Ray, when you beat him?
I'm truly impressed with Mona's step, how she uses that leg. That's amazing.
So even though her background is predominantly...
Kimura stayed patient, standing on one leg to screen distance before firing her straight left through the gap.
Right.
Focus on her battle. Look, he was a former All-Japan Junior Karate champion 7 times consecutive before her boxing career.
Yeah, she's amazing. And she obviously, she's never lost it when she went to boxing.
10-9.
Round 3, and the fight had become Kimura's territory completely.
You're right. She can't stand there like that because she'll eat that foot every day.
What Mona Kimura is doing here.
Every attempt from Choi to close range was met with more clean kicks to the face. A stream of side kicks followed by a stiff straight left. Choi bleeding from the nose as the final bell approached.
Mona's leg to her to...
Look at his side kick.
Right, and the other thing, oh, beautiful straight left.
Kimura never had to sell out for a finish. She simply repeated the formula until time ran out.
I've got to say, it's not the most barn-burning style, almost hypnotize what Mona Kimura is doing here.
When the scorecards were read, all 3 judges had it the same way. 30-27, a clean sweep, a unanimous decision. Mona Kimura, now 4-0, with 2 knockouts. One dominant decision, and one statement win over a legitimate veteran on the sport's biggest stage.
Referee separates them. 1 minute 30 remaining for Choi to find something. She really does need to pull out all the stops and go for broke now.
She still smiled, walking back to her corner. The same soft, cheerful expression from before the opening bell. But by now, everyone in that arena understood the truth behind the smile. The prettier the face, the more dangerous the legs underneath it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit subscribe and turn on notifications for more fighter documentaries.